What is a good word, everybody? Tiger727. It's been a minute, probably well over a month since my last video. It has been a crazy month and a half. I think my last video, one of my last videos talked about going on a cruise, family vacation, and then tickets to the Savannah Bananas. You can see some of that stuff there in front of you. I'll get to that in a minute. And this video might be kind of long because I'm going to go back to a little bit of last summer and how the last month and a half has transpired for me. And while I'm doing that, I will show some cards. But so last summer, I was informed about a collection that was in my area. And to keep it short, talking to some different people, finally got some access to it in November, and I may have mentioned this in a video very vaguely because I didn't want to talk too much about it because I didn't know if it'd come to fruition or not. And so in November, I was able to get into this house and take a look around. Met another gentleman, and we started talking and thought, hey, if we pool our money together, we might be able to make this work. And so we were able to do some discussing between the two of us, and we were able to get back in the house in December and go through the stuff more, I guess with a fine-tooth comb, you could say, and come up with a price that we wanted to offer the caretaker of this stuff. And so we did that in December, and we offered a price. She accepted. She wanted to wait till spring, and because it was now winter time, obviously being December, wasn't a ton of snow. We didn't have much snow before Christmas around here, but either which way, she wanted to wait till spring. House wasn't going on the market till May, so it's on the market now. And so that's where this whole Savannah Bananas game kind of comes in. Back in January, actually, I think it was November, December, my wife put us in a lottery, and I'll keep this short, but ended up getting an opportunity to bought tickets, and flew to Atlanta, rented a car, drove to Savannah, and spent a couple days there, back to Atlanta, flew home, which was Easter Sunday, and it was around that time when I knew it was getting close for us to get into that house, to get this collection. So I texted the other guy that we had agreed to buy it together. We split it 50-50. And so I texted him. It was Easter Sunday. Of course, I felt bad bothering him on Easter Sunday. But we knew it was going to be close. And he goes, yep, she wants to do it tomorrow. So being the Monday after Easter. And I was able to find about a 15-foot enclosed trailer. And we went to the house, spent about 8-9 hours in the house, and unloaded we guesstimated probably close to 700,000 cards. And I can't even imagine, begin to even discuss or talk about the stuff, but not much modern, but a ton of vintage. A lot of the bigger names are gone, but there is some, found like a Willie Mays. There is some nice stuff. Don't get me in. I'm confident we'll make our money back. And so that's where this Savannah Bananas thing kind of comes in, is where, busy weekend with family, and come home and we end up loading these cards. And that's pretty much what I've been doing for the last month and a half, is listing and shipping cards, watching a little bit of YouTube, not much time, and trying to get back into it. My personal collection has been neglected, so I'm trying to organize that a little bit. But I just want to talk about this Savannah Bananas game. Phenomenal experience. If anybody's ever thought about going, I highly suggest you do. And obviously, see, I bought a hat. Andy over at Dee's Collection will appreciate that we kept our ice cream. It's not a helmet, but it is an ice cream bowl. Collection / street going, so we got some ice cream. Pack of cards, a little pricey. But they're kind of cool. Every pack has an autograph. I won't go through them all. But I got Kyle Lewig's was my, I think that's how you pronounce it, was the auto. My daughter, she bought a pack as well. And she got the guy that, I can't think of his name right now, but the guy on stilts. And from what I've heard or learned, the guy on stilts actually was not going to make the team, or was about to get cut like a year or two ago, until he told the coach that he could pitch on stilts, and that's what kept his job. But if you want a family experience where it's just nothing but a good time and friendly players, I mean, they do everything they can to reach out to the kids and the fans. I mean, if they're not on the field playing, like, in between innings, or if they're just not starting the game, they're in the bleachers talking to the fans. The other teams were there. The league has 5 different teams right now, like the Firefighters are another one, the Tailgaters. They're in the stands, and they're talking to the fans and interacting. And the next day, we actually went back. Here's some of the team that they played, the Party Animals. There are some of those cards in there as well. But I've been to many Major League Baseball games, and I will say some of these guys, if not all of them, have more talent than most MLB players. What they can do is absolutely impressive. And the best way I can describe it is basically the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, and so much more. Just a phenomenal experience. And again, we went back the next day, and when we were at the game, I was talking to the guy next to me, and he had said, "Yep, come here, during when they're not, when they're practicing, you can go on the field or whatever, as long as they're not practicing, and go to the club or the pro shop and stuff." So we go to the pro shop. My daughter was looking to switch out a shirt for a different size, and I asked the guy, I said, "So we can go on the field?" He goes, "No, you can't go on the field, but you can walk around the stadium." And so that was kind of cool to walk around the stadium. But we walk out there, and the gates open, and we're walking, in the bleacher area, and one of the players is like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And we started talking to him, and he's like, "You guys can go on the field if you want." And then another player walked up, and he's like, "Hey, do you guys got any autographs yet?" And I'm like, "Nope, not yet." And they threw a couple baseballs to my daughters, got pictures, and walk out to center field. They have this huge sign out there where you can sign your name on there. So my wife and I and kids did that. And I just can't, obviously I'm not, I don't work for the Savannah Bananas or anything like that, but if you were looking for a truly family experience and just a great time, and the area where we sat, we paid $40 for our tickets each. I think it was maybe 42 or something like that. And it was all you could eat, all you can drink for the 9 innings. So, not that we're huge, drinkers or whatever, but yeah, they have, pop, water, beer. There is some stuff that you have to buy. And actually, I'm going to pause this really quick because I wanted to show something that I forgot to grab. I did want to grab one of these, so I had to pay for this. No, it is beer, but it does not taste like bananas. But if you do go, very, very good. And I highly recommend it. Can got kind of crushed on the flight home, unfortunately. I think a lot of it was just the pressure in the suitcase, but still super cool, and it was a very good beer. So then, like I said, the day after we got back was the collection, and kind of a different perspective on cards. I'm still a collector, but when you spend some money, a decent amount of money, you want to make sure you get your money back. And I'm, selling stuff that I would probably normally hang on to. I am picking out all the Tigers that I need. I told the other guy, I said, we have an agreement, anything over $50 value, we would have to discuss between the two of us as to what we're going to do with that card. So I think right there for at the 10-minute mark, I am going to go ahead and pause this or stop this and I'm going to make a part 2. And I'm just going to show you what I've got so far from the collection. I know there's so much more, but I'm going to go ahead and stop this now. We'll make this part 1, and we will talk to you later.